What's up, Toronto Raptor fans? Toronto Raptors pull one out. It was not looking good the entire game. And how excited can you possibly get about a Toronto Raptor victory over the Charlotte Hornets? That's right. That's about as excited as you should be. But anyway, but thank goodness it wasn't a loss. Let's just put it into that perspective because had we lost to the Hornets, we really possibly would have felt like we're heading down to the cellar of the NBA, which, we're already sort of on the stairs to the basement as it is. And who knows where we're going to end up. We can't get this trade deadline here quick enough. We need to have this team sort of focused and figure out who exactly is on it. Some odd, did not play from the coach's decision with Boucher not making into this game. Noara, don't really understand why he's not in there. Otto Porter Jr., Jalen McDaniels, we kind of understand unless there's garbage time. Well, Otto Porter Jr. seems to never play. I don't really understand his situation. In fact, I saw something that someone might actually be interested. The Celtics, I think, or something in picking him up. Imagine if we could actually get something for this guy because he is pretty much useless. Garrett Temple, you understand, he's just there for moral support and in the locker room. But the one guy we shouldn't be playing, Bruce Brown. Man, this guy almost injured his thumb. I don't know if you were watching the game or not, but he went to do a block. He was holding his thumb. He immediately cringed, and I'm thinking, oh, there goes our first round pick. Why are we letting this guy play any minutes? Let's just sit him on the bench. Everyone knows what he did last year. Why risk the injury? Then, of course, they said they were tending to his thumb, but luckily he came back into the second half. Well, luckily for his trade value. I mean, again, though, he's such a funny guy. He seems like he doesn't contribute and he turns over the ball, and then you look and he's 4 for 5, 80% from the floor, no threes attempted, but he hit his free throws, 4 of 4, and ends up with 12 points. Maybe that's why this guy is actually being sought after by some of these players for the playoff run. Other positive news, Grady Dick didn't have quite the performance that he did last game, although that was a blowout, so he got to stay in for an extra few minutes, but at least he was hitting shots, and today he was hitting shots, 2 of 2 from the floor. Both of those were threes. He was 100% from 3. That's what you like to see. Only 6 points, but still not bad. It was a +9. Had a couple of efforts on defense. He still dishes the ball out a little tiny bit quick when you think that maybe he would put it up or even just kind of hang on 2 seconds. But I guess this whole Darko offense is quick decision and then ditch it if you're not open or ready to shoot. But I think you just got to get that shooter mentality to try and put one up. Speaking of shooter mentality, Gary Trent Jr. not a great game today. I don't know what's going on with this guy. 38% from the floor. He was 50 from 3, but he was putting weird shots up. He made a couple of bad defensive decisions where he really tried to go for the steal, and then that just left the guy wide open for a shot. And man, they had a couple of dudes that really killed us. We'll circle back to round out some of the other information on here, but Miles Bridges killed us, 45 points. Like he almost, I think that was his career best. And then first real look at this Brandon Miller, who was drafted number 2 behind Scoot Henderson. Oh, sorry, behind Scoot Henderson. Before Scoot Henderson, between Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson. And there was a lot of criticism that they didn't grab Scoot. And man, it's looking like maybe Brandon Miller was a better pick. Guy seems really well rounded. 52% from the floor, only 25 from 3, but he was hitting some threes early when it mattered. He just sort of tapered off at the end. Maybe we figured him out. But yeah, overall, the news of the day really, truly is that Mr. Scottie Barnes has made the NBA All-Star game. It's going to be exciting to watch him in there. It's always good for that number one player mindset to get in amongst the other elite of the league. Obviously it'd be nice to kind of see what he does, but there's no defense in the All-Star game, so it's not really a judge of I more hate it when Raptors tend in the past to go to the All-Star game and have a poor performance, like they go 0 for or they turn it over a bunch of times. At least let's hope that that doesn't happen for Mr. Barnes in his first of hopefully many All-Star games. Supposedly, he was the first player from his draft year to make it to the All-Star game. That's good. Sadly, he's not the youngest Raptor to be an All-Star. Chris Bosh somehow got the honors there, and that just gets me depressed because, anyway, Bosh was, just a overrated Punk. I mean, big guy. Got a lot of points here, of course, because he was our number one go-to, and we were trying to convince him to stay. But really, he had his whole plan with LeBron to go to Miami, and we all know what happened there. So anyway, yeah, congratulations, Mr. Scottie Barnes. He had a decent night, 40% from the floor, 6 of 15, 1 of 5 from three, though, but 5 assists, um, one block, couple turnovers though. So and not an all-star performance. RJ Barrett outdid him with 23 points. So who knows? Maybe we'll see RJ in an all-star game, in the next couple years. Maybe even we could see a Scotty Barnes and RJ possibly. It was, third overall pick, and so certainly has the pedigree to potentially be in the All Star game. I think we just got to get him into our system, have him as a full year Raptor. He hit a nice clutch three. It's actually they gave him an extra few seconds though to sort of be set. I think he called his mom even for a second. They left him so open, and then he put it in. But yeah, good to see from him. Jakob Poeltl had a couple solid of rebounds and a nice block at the end too that we really needed from him. So great game for Poeltl. I hope we keep Poeltl. I'd like to see Schroeder gone, Bruce Brown gone. It seems like Boucher is going to be toast. He was quoted saying that everything comes to an end, and hopefully he gets into a better spot where he is. And then, like I said already earlier, I'd love to see Otto Porter Jr. Outie, so we can get some of these other guys set. Get Mr. Trent Jr.'s mind around the fact that he's going to stick around. Maybe we can even extend him or something. I don't know. Maybe we're not allowed to do that right now. I'll have to check. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully the Raptors can keep this up, but I think we're going to see what happens after this trade deadline. So very excited to see what happens. I don't think we're going to get any serviceable players back, but hopefully we can just get a pick or two, for into next year or two, so that we can start drafting guys that can come up and be part of the Scottie Barnes, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett timeline, possibly Gary Trent Jr., and then the vet Jakob Poeltl. But we'll see what happens on Thursday at 1 o'clock. Thanks for watching, Mr. Beast for President, and see you in the next video.